Hey guys, welcome back. So today we have a comeback. This is a 2018 Elantra. If you remember, we got the Elantra that we diagnosed from a misfire. So we determined during that time it was a misfire on my previous video. So it came back. Came back with a stalling issue and a noise on the top end. And then I'm gonna show you guys what I found. That so I already did the repair. I found something very interesting. The pickup tube there was a cut on it, on the neck itself. Let me just look for that save data that I have. So I installed oil pressure because the way it sounded like it's starving for oil, especially when the top end will start getting noisier, right? So I did install the pressure transducer, and then especially on downhill it starts to stall, right? So on my data it's showing on when it downhill slope, it's showing 5 psi. So it should not be like that. I don't think so. So it only happens on downhill though. So I was thinking that something when the angle of the vehicle and starving for oil. So anyway, I called an oil pump. It's part of the timing chain cover. And also I noticed in the data, in the current data on our scan tool, that the exhaust side of the CVVT got stuck. So I think because of the starvation of oil. So anyway, after the repair, after I found out that it all makes sense now, so let me just look for that data that I captured. 2018 oil pressure. I hope I will see it here, unless I didn't save it. Okay, here I put 2017. It's supposed to be 2018. Okay, so in this capture too, I put our crank sensor because it could be our crank sensor that's dying. Anyway, and this side here, where was I? Was doing downhill. Let's go back. I think I was doing downhill. Okay, here on this drop here, if you just follow my mouse, I'm gonna maximize there. And the reading that we have was, so on 0 psi, oh no, 0.5 volts. Let me just remove this guy here. So that's 600 millivolts. The counting on this one is in every 0.1 millivolts. Oh no, every 100 millivolts. That's gonna be a 0.5, oh no, a 5 increments of psi. So it started from 0, that's 500 millivolts, and then we got this 600 millivolts, 5 psi. So I'm just gonna start this vehicle, and I'll show you also the data on the scan tool, because I also replaced our CVVT on the exhaust side. I know there's no damage in there when I was inspecting it, but it's just because of the data. So I'm just gonna warm this up because I just finished the job. So what else? And also, well, let's try to monitor the pressure now. First start up, right? So let me just turn off this other channel. So now I just made another custom probe. I hope this is what do you call that, more precise now. So we got 0 there, 10 seconds. Alright guys, so here's what we found. As you can see there, there's a crack on the neck itself. So what we're thinking is, when during downhill, so let's say this is flat, during downhill it looks like it felt like this. The oil, instead of going full pressure, going air, it's leaking from there, right? It looks like a nice cut there, but question is, how did it end up like that? I still don't know. That still puzzled me, because I don't see any damage there in the short block area or in the oil pan itself. Okay, so let's do the first startup. What happened there? Why it overrange? Oi? No? So around 1500 RPM, 1300 RPM. Our pressure is reading around, that's 84 psi. First startup, it's like an oil change, right? So let's see on this one when it drops 1000 RPM. So we'll let you know. We're gonna go for a drive. Let's go on a downhill too. Let's see if that oil pressure will start, it should maintain. It should not drop at least 5 psi. So on this one, as you can see here, before it shuts off, my exhaust side, as you can see here, my current is at 90 degrees and it should be at 114, right? So I was thinking there's could be a issue on that CVVT, but yeah, after the repairs we found out that that oil pickup tube, right? So now we're gonna go for a drive. Let's go for a downslope and then let's see if we have that 5 psi difference on our pressure, and let's see on all good known. I think this is fixed, but let's just verify that. So we don't have to go outside. Our building has some downslope, what do you call that place, so we can just go there. Okay, so we're going downslope right now. Usually before the repair, during this time I'm on downslope, it starts making noise in here. Let me put my cursor there. Wait. Let's see what's the pressure. So that's around 14 psi. I don't know, you will see that 14 psi. And when you move up, even though it's less than, what do you call that, less than 1000 RPM, still 15 psi. So I think this guy is fixed, and usually when I turn right it will stall out. So far we don't have any stalling issue or noise on the top end, right? And I don't see that our pressure drops to 5 psi, which is good, right? So that's it, guys. That's just a quick video, I think, because I didn't film the whole replacement of that CVVT and that timing chain cover. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Thank you for watching.